we have to start today? What we have to start today?
Bohr's model.
Bohr's model we have to start. Okay. So the Bohr's model of an atom. So we are starting with the Bohr's model of an atom. Okay. So, okay. We are starting with the Bohr's model. Is it right? Bohr's atom. You generally say that Bohr's atomic model. This is the actual topic is Bohr's model. Okay. So actually what Bohr has done? Bohr has modified which model? He modified Rutherford's model. Are you getting why he modified the Rutherford's model? Because there are some drawbacks in Rutherford's model that he was unable to explain why should electron not falling into the nucleus, because electron is moving around the nucleus or around the positive charge, and if charge is there that should radiate energy, and after radiating energy its energy should decrease and it should fall into the nucleus, but it is not happening. So he modified the Rutherford's model. Who modified? Bohr modified. Is it right? So he modified by taking the Planck's quantum theory of radiation. So he take the help of this theory, that is Planck's quantum theory of radiation. So what is Planck's quantum theory of radiation? That we should know. म्हणजे प्लँक क्वांटम theory of radiation आपल्याला माहित पाहिजे. Is it right? What happens in Planck's quantum theory? Energy is radiated or absorbed by the electron in quantum of energy. Quantum means what? Quantum means what? Quantum means what? ऐकू येतंय का तुम्हाला? Are you listening or not? Quantum means what? Quantum means what? Small packets of energy. Small packets of energy. Small packets of energy or small bundle of energy. Is it right? Means whenever light is coming, if I will say that transverse wave is coming, that transverse wave possesses a small bundle of energy. That small bundle of energy is called as quanta. Is it right? That is called as quanta. That is quantum of energy. Means we say that Planck's quantum theory that each quanta having certain energy which is E is equal to h nu. Energy of quanta is given as E is equal to h nu, or energy of that packet is given as E is equal to h nu. So what energy, this energy always radiated or absorbed in the form of this number, that is E is equal to h nu, or generally if you are taking more energy, generally written as E is equal to n into h nu, where your n is 1, 2, 3 like this. means this energy will be exist actually 1 times h nu, 2 times h nu, 3 times h nu, 4 times h nu, like this. Means if you are having single quanta of energy, single quanta of energy means h nu. If you are having two quantas of energy is twice h nu. Are you getting? Of what? Of the radiation which are coming, of the radiation which are coming, that is given with the help of quantum theory. Means this nu represents what? Nu represents what? Frequency, frequency of radiation. Nu represent the frequency of radiation.
Radiation.
And h is what?
Constant.
Planck constant.
Planck constant. किती व्हॅल्यू असते त्याची? Planck constant
6.625 into 10 raised to minus
minus 34.
30
34
kilo
joules
10
per
raised to
second.
minus 34
unit.
Joule per
joule per
second.
second.
Joule per second.
Nahi, joule second.
Joules second.
Second.
Are you getting? Means Bohr's model take the help of Planck's quantum theory. Is it right? And what Planck's quantum theory? Energy is either absorbed or released in the form of packets. And that packet having energy E is equal to nh nu. That assumptions the Bohr considered first. Are you getting? So this quantum of energy, generally we are calling it as an quantum of energy को क्या बोलते हैं? Quantum of energy is called, क्या बोलते हैं हम? Is called photon.
Photon.
What is photon? Photon is a quanta of energy or it is a quantum of energy. Are you getting? Photon is nothing but quantum of energy. So this word is important, photon. This word is important. That is quantum of energy or quantum of energy is called photon. This concept was given by Planck or called as Planck's theory of radiation. Are you getting? Or Planck's theory generally. So Bohr's taken the assumption of Planck's theory. Okay, that's why we have studied the Planck's theory first. Okay, so only you have to remember this as formula E is equal to n times h nu given by the Planck's theory. Are you getting? And represent the photon of energy or quanta of energy. E is equal to nh nu represent the quanta of energy. So what Bohr's postulate given, that we have to study. So we will go for the first postulate or Bohr's first postulate. Are you ready? So write down your first postulate. First postulate. What Bohr's first postulate state that? He stated that electron revolve in certain allowed circular orbits. Electron will revolve in certain allowed orbits, certain allowed orbits about the nucleus, about the nucleus, about the nucleus, about the nucleus yes, about the nucleus with Coulomb force, with Coulomb force, with Coulomb force, with Coulomb force, with Coulomb, L-O-U-M-B, Coulomb force. Are you getting? Means the concept over here is only this, that is concept of certain allowed orbits. Allowed orbits. Are you getting? What is the concept of first postulate? Concept is electron will not move anywhere. Where the electron will move? Electron will revolve in only certain allowed orbits where the electron is under the action of electrostatic force or under the action of Coulomb force. Are you getting? Electron will revolve in certain allowed orbits about the nucleus. Here you can say that about the nucleus, about the nucleus under the action of Coulomb force, under the action of Coulomb force. So this is the first postulate. Bohr telling in the first postulate that electron will not move anywhere. Where the electron will move? Electron will move in certain allowed orbits where there is action of nuclear force and Coulomb force. Is it right? So we know that Coulomb force for a nucleus, because this is the case. You will draw this figure. This is the case. Is it right? This figure is important. This is Ze. Ze means plus. This is charge on nucleus. This is plus charge on the nucleus. And there is somewhere who electron is there. Is it right? That electron possesses certain mass, moving with certain velocity. So that is the velocity vector of the electron. It is moving like this, suppose. In this way it is moving. Is it right? So we have written the Coulomb force. Coulomb force we have written. What is the formula for Coulomb force? What is the formula for Coulomb force?
1/4πε0 Q1 Q2
Q1 Q2 upon R square. बरोबर है ना?
R square.
So what
Yes.
is your Q1 Q2 over here? What is the value of Q1, which is nucleus? Charge on
Zd.
nucleus. Zd.
ZD square.
ZD.
Ze. Q2 is what? Charge on electron. Is it right?
E.
Upon distance between them is
E.
R square.
R
What is
square.
your F? F is
1/4πε0
Z E
E
square
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 upon
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 R
R
square.
square.
R square. Is it right? So this is your Coulomb force. Is it right? This is your Coulomb force. But if you are taking the value of hydrogen, because the Bohr model is applicable for hydrogen atom. So for hydrogen, what is value of Z?
1.
1. Is it right? For hydrogen, Z is 1.
1.
Okay. And that is action of Coulomb force, means there is acting a centripetal force. So it is under equilibrium. Equilibrium means stable condition. Equilibrium condition means stable condition. But it is allowed, remember. It is allowed means only certain allowed orbits. Certain allowed orbits means what? Stable condition, Fc, centripetal force must be equal to electrostatic force, that is Coulomb force. Is it right? So this is known to you. Centripetal force yesterday we have calculated. mv square upon
R.
R is equal to 1/4πε0 mv square upon sorry, not mv square. It is what?
ZD square.
Zd square, Ze square upon
R
R
square.
square.
Is it
R
right?
square.
So you will write here the velocity of electron. It is already yesterday we have studied. R is cancelled and V square we have written. How we have written V square? 1 upon
E
4 pi epsilon
4
0
pi epsilon 0
into
E square upon MR.
Here I will put Z over here. Z is square upon M into
MR.
MR.
R. This is the velocity. Yesterday also we have calculated it. Is it right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So this is the first postulate which is giving the velocity of an electron in the orbit. In the orbit means in that orbit where that electron is in motion. Is it right? Is it right? So, this, though your second postulate, are you getting the first postulate? What is the first postulate? What is the first postulate? Electron is allowed to move in a stable orbit only. Simple language मध्ये काय सांगू शकता तुम्ही? What you can tell in simple language? Electron is allowed to move in stable orbits only,
Stable orbit.
or in certain orbits where centripetal force equal to Coulomb force. Is it right? Means it is allowed to move in those orbits where radiation will not take place or electron will not radiate. Are you getting? So what Bohr said in the first postulate, it is allowed to move in certain stable orbits only where it will not radiate. Is it right? So there is second postulate. Second postulate, Bohr's second postulate. So second postulate, write down the statement of second postulate. Only those circular orbits for electrons are permitted. Second postulate, only those circular orbits are permitted where angular momentum in bracket L is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. Only those circular orbits are allowed for an electron to move. This is your second postulate. This is Bohr's second postulate. Remember, this is your second postulate or Bohr's second postulate. काय सांगतो Bohr's second postulate? Only those orbits are allowed for moving electron in the atom or in a hydrogen atom. Only those orbits are permitted. Only those orbits are allowed. For that orbit, the angular momentum L must be integral multiple of h upon 2 pi. So how I will write mathematically? L is equal to n h upon 2 pi. This is
2 pi.
second statement. Bohr's second postulate means L is equal to nh upon 2 pi. This is second postulate. So your value of n, what will be the value of n? It is integral multiple. So 1, 2, 3 like this. This is the value of n. Is it right? So for a orbit, we can calculate angular momentum. Is it right? For an electron orbit, angular momentum. How will you find the angular momentum? What is the formula for angular momentum?
MVR.
MVR. L is equal to MV. MV represents what? MV represents what?
Momentum. Angular moment.
Linear momentum.
Linear momentum. MV represents linear momentum and multiply it by radius vector. That is R. Are you getting? So this is represent the angular momentum. MVR represent the angular momentum. So I will put the value of L over here. L value you will put. So what you can write? If you put the value of L, I will write MVR is equal to NH upon 2 pi. This is your Bohr's second postulate. Bohr's second postulate, that is MVR is equal to NH upon 2 pi. This is the Bohr's second postulate. Okay, 1 minute. Okay, so this is the second postulate. Bohr's second postulate we have taken, and there is third one, third postulate. First postulate ने काय सांगितलं होतं बोरच्या? What Bohr's first postulate tells? आवाज येतोय का? आवाज येतोय का?
Yes, sir.
So first postulate tells that concept of allowed orbits. Electron will move in certain allowed orbits where the centripetal force balances with the Coulomb force. Second postulate काय सांगतं? Electron will move in those orbits where angular momentum is integral multiple of h upon 2 pi.
2 pi.
Is it right? And last
Yes.
postulate, that is third postulate. Third postulate. What it says that in an atom, when electron jump from higher energy level to lower energy level, it will radiate the energy equal to h nu, or you can say that frequency, or it says that frequency of radiation is directly proportional to the difference between two energy levels when electron jump from higher energy level to lower energy level Reading. This is the third postulate, Bohr's third postulate. What Bohr's third postulate says that electron may jump from higher energy level to lower energy level.
Lower energy.
Is it right? For example, if I will say that this is the energy levels, this is the first level, and this is the second level. Is it right? And this is your nucleus, which is Ze, positive. And this is your energy level E2. This is your energy level E1. So electron will jump from higher energy level to lower energy level. But when it will jump, it will emit the energy which is equal to h nu. Are you getting? So in general way, how I can write this? How I will write this? if I will say that E2 is energy of higher level, is it right? And E1 is energy of lower level, energy of lower level, then E2 minus E1 is equal to h nu, or you can say that delta E is equal to h nu. This is given by the third postulate. This is given by the third postulate. Third postulate gives the difference in the energy. This is difference, that is delta E is equal to h nu. Delta E is equal to h nu. This is the third postulate. Are you getting? Three postulates we have studied. Those three postulates we have studied. Are you getting? These three postulates are very important to go ahead. हे तीन postulates महत्वाचे आहेत. Are you getting? Three postulates are very important. Where nu is representing the frequency, E1 and E2 are energies of the levels. Energy of higher and lower levels. Are you getting? So we will derive certain formulae from here. Okay. So from first postulate, so write down from first postulate. From first postulate, what you have? You have the formula mv square is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught. Tell me the value. Z E square upon
R.
R. Are you getting? I have removed R over here. लक्षात येत आहे का? mv स्क्वेअर अपॉन r आणि याला r स्क्वेअर असं होतं. बरोबर आहे ना? मी काय केलं, हा r स्क्वेअर r काढून टाकला. आता काय राहिलं माझं? mv स्क्वेअर इज इक्वल टू 1 अपॉन 4 pi epsilon naught ze
square upon R.
Is it right? So I will multiply by m to both the sides. So multiply by m to both the sides. If you multiply, you will get m is m square, b square is equal to, here what will happen? 4 pi naught ze square into m. Is it right?
Square m
R.
r.
Okay, so give this an equation number 1 over here. Equation number 1. Is it right? And write down from second postulate. From second postulate. What is there in second postulate? mv r is equal to what?
H upon 2
2 pi.
upon 2 pi.
So I will write mv only over here. mv is equal to what? N upon r into
H upon 2 pi.
h upon 2 pi. Right? So I will square, taking square both the sides. Taking square of both sides. Square करो both side का, what you will get?
M square V square.
M square V square is equal to
N square upon R square.
upon R square
R square
into
H
square upon
4 pi square.
4 pi square. This is equation number 2. Is it right? Equation number 2. So what equation 1 says? This. What equation 2 says? This. Compare it. So comparing equation 1 and 2. दोनों को compare करो. Compare equation 1 and 2 and tell me the value of R. R की value मुझे बताओ. How will you compare? 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught ze square upon what? R into m is equal to what? Here n square
n square
r square
R square.
h square upon
4
4
4
pi
pi
square.
square.
square. What is happening? 4 is cancelled, 4 is cancelled,
4
pi is
pi
cancelled, pi square is cancelled, r
r
square
r square.
cancelled. Is it right?
Yes.
Anything is cancelling? Nothing. So I will write again the ze square m upon anything remaining.
Epsilon
Yes,
naught.
epsilon naught
Is equal to n square
n
h
square
square.
h square.
What is remaining?
Upon R. R.
And
R pi.
pi is
Pi.
there.
Pi.
Pi.
Is it right? What we have to
Pi.
find? R we have to find. Is it
R.
right? R we
Yes.
have to find. So I will write R, that is the radius of orbit. R is equal to, what should I write?
N
Epsilon naught
Epsilon
n square
H
h
h
square.
square
upon
upon
Z
pi
is
pi ze
m
square
E square M.
m.
Is it
M.
right? Is it right? Pi
Yes.
Yes.
m z square ऐसा लिखा तो भी चलेगा. But it is your formula, that is R is equal to epsilon naught n square h square upon pi m ze square.
Square.
Very important formula where you are getting the radius of orbit. ये क्या मिल रही है आपको? Radius of orbit. You are getting the radius of orbit with the help of this. If it is nth orbit, you have to replace the value of r as rn for nth orbit. You have to write for nth orbit. N represent the number of orbit. Whether that orbit is first orbit, second orbit, third orbit, or what is it? Tell me here. Epsilon naught is constant. Is it right?
Yes.
What about h? Constant. Is it right? What about
H is
pi?
Yes.
Constant.
constant.
What about m? M is on. Mass of electron. Is it going to vary?
Yes.
Mass of electron is going to vary.
No.
No.
It is constant.
No.
Is it right? What about
Yes.
Z? Z for a given material is constant. Which material you are using or which atom you are studying? Is it right?
Hydrogen.
Hydrogen Z is 1. Is it right? You are taking another gold. Z is 79. So for a given material, Z is also constant. E is charge
Yes.
on electron, which is also constant. So epsilon naught H pi m Z e are constant for a given atom. Is it right? So what is final
Yes.
relation? What finally you can say that? What finally you can say? You can say that Rn is proportional to
N square.
n square. Rn is proportional to n square, and your values of n are what? 1, 2, 3, and so on. Your values of n are 1, 2, 3, 4, and so on. Is it right? Similarly, you have to calculate the velocity of electron. Okay. Similarly, you have to calculate the velocity of electron, and the velocity, if you calculate, it is coming out to be Vn is equal to E square upon twice epsilon naught nh. हे फाइंड करायचं तुम्ही. You have to find the velocity of electron. Are you getting? You have to find the velocity of electron. This is velocity in nth orbit. Velocity in nth orbit, and you can write Vn is inversely proportional to nc. You can see over here. E is constant, epsilon is constant, h is constant. So velocity is inversely proportional to n. Means if orbit increases, if you are increasing orbit, velocity will go on decreasing.
Decrease.
Means the electron which are near to the nucleus, they will move with higher speed or higher velocity as compared to electrons which are away from the nucleus. Is it right?
Nucleus.
And radius is directly proportional to square of this n, that is n square. Is it right? So you have to take this an example. So you will write the example fastly. 2 minutes are remaining. I am giving one example to you. Is it right? Calculate Bohr radius for an hydrogen atom. Calculate Bohr radius for an hydrogen atom if electron is in first orbit. Calculate Bohr radius of an hydrogen atom if electron is in first orbit. And write down the second example. Second example लिखो. Write down the second example. Calculate the velocity of electron. Calculate the velocity of electron. Calculate the velocity of electron. Velocity of electron. Linear velocity होना. Linear velocity of electron in first, second, and third orbit. First, second, and third orbit of hydrogen atom. First, second, and third orbit of hydrogen atom. Hydrogen atom. Are you getting? परत सांगू का?
नहीं.
काय पहिलं न्यूमेरिकल? पहिलं न्यूमेरिकल काय आहे? फास्टली पहिलं न्यूमेरिकल काय आहे? टाइम संपलेला आहे. आवाज येतोय का माझा? आवाज येतोय का? Are you able to listen me?
Yes.
You have to solve
Yes,
this two numerical. You have to solve these two numerical and send it on your WhatsApp group. WhatsApp group पे भेजना है ये सबको. Are you getting?